All right, I'm back, y'all. Child, I'm so mad at myself. I cannot believe that I just did that whole video and there was no sound. You got to be kidding me. Let me see if I can change. Let me change it to unlisted. Um, okay. Shout out to TMZ. TMZ, if you're watching this on the replay, thank you so much because I think I was like 25 minutes in. I was like 25 minutes in. TMZ, you are a lifesaver, okay? And I haven't been on here for so long that I forgot that when you have sound, the screen reverberates on StreamYard, and it wasn't doing that. So there definitely was no sound. Like I was recording for 25 minutes straight, like a numbnut. Uh, yeah, all that commentary just gone. TMZ, thank you, honey. Like, oh, shout out to TMZ, man. Thank you for dropping down. I really appreciate it because I didn't know that. I'm so mad. I'm so mad at myself. Yo, okay, we're gonna have to backtrack. We're gonna have to backtrack because you guys have no idea what I was talking about. I was just on their screen. I put the video on unlisted. So, child, I'm gonna backtrack. Who saw? Let me start. We're gonna start back at Diddy because I actually had gotten to Isis Wisdom. Hey Lexi, hey boo, how you doing? It's been a while. I just remember Lexi would always make me laugh with their comments. Child, it's so much to talk about. Can't wait to hear what you have to say about this mess. Listen, I'm so mad. I am so mad. If there's any particular topic, you let me know. But I went in on the Armon, child. I did so. I went in on Armon. I was going in on Isis Wisdom, and I'm so grateful to TMZ because I would have ended up wrapping up the video. Let me start over. Okay, we're gonna go through the Diddy stuff first. Okay, let's get to the Diddy stuff because it all ties in anyway. Because then we're gonna get to Armon and his thirsty ass. So hold on. Let me see. Let me fix this here because, child, I'm so mad at myself. I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I. I cannot believe I was doing all that. Is this the same video? No, this should be a different one because I titled it. I'm trying to find the one that I just went live with. Oh my God. Thanks a lot, StreamYard. I don't know what's going on. Because I ended the one. Here, we'll just do this for now. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. Just hang in there with me. I'm trying my best to not make it confusing. Anyway, so let's get listen, he looked like a damn fool. I was so mad. I couldn't even watch much of that video. We're gonna get to Diddy stuff real quick and then we're gonna drag Armon because he's a damn fool. Okay. Stupid baby oil shit. Anyway, so Diddy, I intentionally watched limited amounts of the Diddy trial. The people that I watched were Make It Make Sense. Murad Morali, love him. And occasionally I listen to some Neek at night. Occasionally. Now, if you don't know who those, hey, Sister Crystal, good to see you, hon. If you don't know who those people are, check them out. They were good. Make It Make Sense. I love because he's just real sensible and he breaks it down and it feels like you're having a conversation with him. Yes, isn't he so good? I really like him. And I found him right before the Diddy trial. So it was nice to see his style. And I was like, let me see what he's doing. Murad Morali, love him. He's hilarious. And he does both long form and short form content. So he gives you like little digestible 5 to 10 minute videos. And then if you want something longer, he also covered the Diddy case. Yeah. So yeah, Neek, although I'm really happy for Neek that she was on CNN and, she was doing her thing, I'm all about flow. Like how your information flows is real important to me. And so that's personally why I like the other two people because I feel like their flow, it just like rocks with me a lot better. So that's just me being honest, completely honest. So check them out, y'all, because they were really good. Now, I definitely wasn't watching Armon because I've been wrote his ass off a long time ago, but we'll get to him. Let me stay on topic. Diddy case, I watched bits and pieces of because I knew what. Here's the thing, just like what we saw with R. Kelly, a lot of times the media will build ish up and then they'll get you real hype for justice and then justice don't happen. And this is why I try not to get too involved. I just try my best because you just get let down. You know what I'm saying? Especially with these essay cases, especially with high profile people. Don't let it be high profile men. We see what's going on. So I tried my best not to get too attached. Also, hey Binge, how you doing, sis? Initially I also took a step back because I was like, yo, is this gonna actually go anywhere? you know I just I didn't trust it. And the details were so horrible. It was horrible details. This is some of the worst descriptions of essay I've heard in a long time. And so I was very disturbed by the details. And so I was like, I'm not watching that shit. You know what I'm saying? I already know what I do. If I'm going to get entertained, I'm going to Netflix and I'm going to watch some other true crime shit. I'm not listening to these details of Diddy and what he's doing to people and stuff. So it was just kind of like I had to set boundaries because I get very triggered by stuff. I don't get triggered all the time, but there are certain things that trigger me. And for some reason, Diddy and R. Kelly triggered the fuck out of me. And so I was like, nah, we're not giving them too much play. So then I started to pay more attention closer towards the end of the thing. See, Lexi, you get it, boo, because you got to protect your mental health, right? Like it's not worth it, especially for a system who justice is so shaky, So anywho, I saw right before I left yesterday, I went hiking with my friend and my son, and I saw that. Yes, thank you, Sister Crystal. Big up to Sister Crystal. I need to do better with that. Please, yes, please hit the like, y'all, so it can help us sister out. I saw that. I was watching the Don Lemon show. That's another person I love. Now, when Don was on CNN, I wasn't really checking for him. But y'all, Don is a whole key. If you want to get your life, go to the Don Lemon show. He's on vacation this week, so he got some other people filling in, but he's hilarious. Like, it's good to be free. Now that he's free from the bondage of legacy media, he's just raw and real. So Don's show had this lawyer up there. She was like, look, she heard the verdict and that it was 2 counts of prostitution or transportation related to prostitution. So when I heard that, this is right before I went to my hike, I was like, this is not good. The RICO charges, he didn't even get that. He didn't get the trafficking charge. They're not gonna put him in jail for long, right? Like, you just know it. You just know this is not going to go very far. And so this lawyer was on Don Lemon's panel, and she was kind of getting on my nerves a little bit because I'm like, girl, you sound like you're a fan. You're giving Armon. But anyway, let me stop. So she was like, yeah, I don't even think he's going to get any jail time. He's probably going to get time served because this judge is reasonable. And she was like, she was talking about how the judge was talking to prosecution and stuff about their recommendations, and the prosecution was recommending no bail. And she, let her tell it. She said the judge was like, oh, really? Because, when has somebody with a prostitution charge never gotten bail? So I heard all this stuff before I went on my hike, and I was like, this is not looking good. This is why I didn't want to watch this ish, because it's just a beautiful letdown. And I was getting mad. So by the time I came home in the evening and I heard that his bail was denied, honey, boy, was I happy and shocked. I was very happy because that's what the fuck he deserved. But I was shocked because I was like, wait, what? What? So they said that I think it was about 3 of the victims had written letters to the judge pleading with the judge, being like, look, we're concerned for our safety, our lives may be in danger, something along those lines, which I absolutely believe. This man was witness tampering while he was in jail. Okay, yeah, you got to be happy for the small ones, Lexi. You have to. And so I got out of my pissy mode and was just like, no, I need to be happy for this because he's going to be sitting in jail till October. That's when the sentencing is. Okay. That's when the sentence is in October. So at least he's going to be rotting a few more months in jail. But this lawyer, to backpedal a bit, this lawyer was like, yeah, he's probably just going to get time served. And if he does any additional time, it'll be an ankle monitor. And I'm like, this lady's getting on my nerves, but she's probably right. Yeah, October. I was like, yes. Because what we in July? So August, September, yeah, he's gonna be in there for at least 3 months. Let him cook because you deserve it. Okay, you deserve that and more because we don't know what's gonna happen at the rate that they're moving. They're probably gonna give him a little fanky sentence, and then he's gonna be on his way. Okay, because they said he was smiling when they were reading the verdicts and stuff. He's just so sickening. Anyway. I am really glad they did not let him out. I absolutely believe that he'd be pulling strings. I absolutely believe that he'd be doing more freak offs. Now, listen, if you're a freaky person, ain't nothing wrong with that. People are acting like we're putting freaky people on trial. That's not what this is about. So when I see Armon celebrating with baby oil, like Armon, I cannot wait to get on you. Anyway. So people are acting like, because you saw all of a sudden, all of the Diddy supporters, they can have signs now and they can do all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you didn't want to be seen before, did you? You saw him get down on his knees after the verdict. He can't wait to live his truth. Lexi, there's going to be even more epic baby oil. Now that this monster has gotten away with this, he's going to come out with his own brand of baby oil. Okay, he's not going to stop the freak offs. Like, he's a sex addict, and it's not even sex addict. Like he's a degenerate. Like, he's harming people. It's not even about him wanting to do freaky stuff. I don't care about that. He's an adult. It's about, are these people consenting? Who's getting harmed in the process? Why can't you just find people that want to do stuff that you want to do? Why are you drugging people? Why are you recording and blackmailing people? It's just horrible. So now he's going to be just a raping piece of S, and who's going to stop him? Because, looks like he's going to get away with it. Yeah, it's horrible. So it's kind of like, did y'all watch You? I won't say too much because if you haven't watched it, I don't want to do too much spoilers. It's like in the 4th season of You, when Joe married that rich woman, and then she found a way to spin his story to make his stuff disappear, and now he could just be a murderous piece of shit. That's what's going to happen with Diddy. Like, they're going to turn him into this martyr, and it's crazy. So anyway, so I doubt, because each conviction can carry up to a sentence of 10 years. I doubt that man is going to get even 10 years, right? Because he's facing 20. We'll see. Anything over 5 years, I will rejoice about, but I don't trust them. I don't trust them. If you can put people, imagine being a victim of this case and having the gory details be put out to John public, only to turn around and to get a slap on the wrist for prostitution. And it wasn't, transportation for the purpose of prostitution. Like, come on. This is just, I can't. My soul was sickened. It was sad. So let's get into Armon, because, we got till October to find out what's going to happen with him. But I bet you he was punching the air. I bet you Diddy was punching the air when he found out he was going to be in jail till October, honey. That's what you deserve. So Armon and his thirsty ass. Now, first, let's do a little backstory. Now, I didn't watch Armon at all for the trial. I did notice that he made his way onto Nancy Grace, and I saw a clip of him on Nancy Grace, and I thought, oh, cool, good for you. You made it to Nancy Grace. Then me and my dumbass clicked on the video, and I was infuriated. And I was like, this sounds like he's pro Diddy. He's talking in the video, and Nancy's she's a skilled interviewer. So she peeped right away the stuff that he was saying, and she was kind of challenging him. I actually thought she was very nice to him, because Nancy could be real nasty. But I was listening to him. I'm like, yeah, you sound like you're a Diddy supporter. Was I surprised? No. Because Armon has had his reign of nastiness and misogyny for a long time. This is why I don't watch him. I used to watch him years ago. And literally after the whole OG thing, it was deeper than that. It was deeper than calling her ugly and a monkey. You could just see the hatred. If you're paying attention, you're going to know. If you know, you just know. I don't watch certain people, and he's one of them. I don't think he likes women, even though I'm sure most of his supporters are women. And he's just a nasty bot, and I don't like him. But even when you're a nasty bot, I can sometimes celebrate your victories. That's great. You're on Nancy Grace. Then I realized he was like, tap dancing for Diddy. And I was like, oh, hell no. So, yeah, he was on Nancy Grace, girl. He was on Nancy Grace. I saw the clip of him. So then I peeped that game. So then I seen he was popping up here and there, but I didn't watch none of that because I don't like him. And I don't like his commentary. So then right before, what was it? I seen this clip. I was on LSA. And this fool, there was a clip of him dancing after the Diddy verdict. Okay? And people didn't spray baby oil on him. He wasn't the only one, to be fair. There were other people getting baby oil sprayed, and they had their signs. And I was like, you're such an idiot. You're not only is this depravity, but you're such an idiot. And here's why. Armon finally is getting more recognition, right? Like if you're on Nancy Grace, and I think there's some other thing he was on, I don't remember. Why would you ruin this moment? It just shows you you're a true degenerate. Why would you ruin that by celebrating the acquittal of like this was a major case. This isn't just like some small fries, small accusation. The allegations against Diddy are mind-blowing. Okay, and they are endless, like the day is long. Why would you be seen celebrating that and using baby oil? Like, I want you to really think about this. I really want you to think about this. Even if you are pro Diddy, if you want to be a journalist, okay, you got to know how to play the game. I'm not saying for you to be fake, but why baby oil? Like you're literally supporting a predator. Like, it's so crazy to me that Armon was on TV and getting sprayed with this stuff. And then it made me think, oh, you feel like, first of all, you're definitely against the victims, because he was saying comments about Cassie in the Nancy Grace video. And you do you think this is about you? Do you think you're being attacked somehow? Like, I swear Armon is auditioning to be in the next Freak Off. Like, whenever Diddy gets out of jail, if Diddy had got posted bail, he would have been over there tooted and booted, honey. Okay? Because it was so bizarre that he was doing this. There's other ways. He could have been like, oh, I thought some of those charges were excessive. This ninja is round there like showering in baby oil, allowing himself to be sprayed, like just the depravity. Like, it was just so crazy to me. I just clicked it off. I couldn't even watch the rest of it because I was just like, this is why I don't like you. And you got to trust your gut. This is why sometimes when I don't like people instantly, sometimes I don't have all the evidence and the tea, but it's like, nah, there's a reason I don't like your ass. Okay. Yes, Bubs? Hold on, guys. 1 second. Sorry, y'all. But yeah, this is why you have to trust your intuition, because I was just like, I am not supporting him at all during this trial. I'm not watching none of his stuff. And here he go, getting of all the ways to be like, oh yeah, he was acquitted from the major charges. Just infuriating. And guys, this is why I said this in the other video when I was being a numbnut and didn't realize that there was no sound. So once again, shout out to TMZ. This is why sexual assault victims don't want to tell their story. Okay? They don't want to tell their story. First of all, from the very jump, you had all kinds of horrible people, men and women, attacking Cassie. Okay? They were trying to pick holes into everything that she said. And here's the thing. I'm going to say something that's going to blow your mind. Not for the ones of us that are regular, but let's say Cassie did start out being okay with the freak offs. If she changed her mind at any point, it is her right to do so. And if she didn't want to be a part of that mess anymore, it is her right, and she does not have to be, period. It doesn't make her a horrible skank, a musty heifer. Like, people just want to victim blame so bad and victim shame. And it's like, this is why people don't tell their story. They don't tell their story because people come out here and they poke holes and then they shame you, especially the women. Because men don't get dragged like this. Diddy has not gotten dragged like Cassie got dragged. And he is the alleged perpetrator. I want you to wrap your mind around that. This woman was 8 months pregnant and gave birth early, probably due to the stress and trauma of having to recount those horrific details of the things that she went through. Okay? Having to face her sexual assaulter. That is not easy. That shit is not, I'm going to tell you, that is not easy to go to court and face the person who sexually assaulted you repeatedly. That is not small fries. A lot of people have a lot of stuff to say on the internet, but you could never walk a day in that woman's shoes. The fact that she got to court and was able to testify and say all of these intricate details. I mean, you even have people on the internet. People are so wicked. I remember reading LSA and we had a whole bunch of people talking about some, hey, Sticks Girl, hello, sis, it's good to see you. You even had people talking about some making threads. This is before Alex came out and made a statement. It was so upsetting to me. And I'm going to tell you what they said. They were like, yeah, Alex is finna break up with Cassie after this testimony because these details were disgusting. And da-da-da-da. This woman is the victim. And people are talking about how her husband is going to break up with her because she was sexually assaulted. So somehow in that, they found a way to twist it further to make her seem like a horrible person. It's crazy. And a lot of times it's not just men, it's women too. And I'm thinking, how sad is it that you don't have somebody that loves you despite your trauma? How sad is it that you think this woman deserves divorce because she's telling a story, an experience from a former part of her life, which was horrific. And now you think the best solution is for her husband to leave her. This is what they wanted. They weren't just speculating. They wanted this for this woman who was 8 months pregnant. It's so crazy to me. They wanted that for her. Meanwhile, what are they saying about Diddy? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely. People are horrible to sexual assault survivors. They ask them all kinds of dumb questions. Well, why didn't you say something sooner? Why the funk master flex would I say something sooner when your bitch ass is out here saying this ignorant shit and you don't even know the details? Why would I tell you? Why would I every single time this comes around, this is how people behave. And it's so sad. And I really, really encourage people, there's nothing wrong with critically thinking and maybe not believing people right away because you want to hear the facts. There's nothing wrong with that. Those aren't victim shamers. I'm talking about the people where it's very clear that there's lots of evidence mounted against this person. And because they like them, because they're entertaining that they're they want to look the other way. It has to be that she's a gold digging whore. It has to be. What? I want y'all to pay attention to this because this could be a family member. Okay, this could be a friend. Not everybody tells their story. Some people go to the grave with their story. You hear me? It's the brave ones that tell their story. I'm going to say that again. It's the brave ones that tell their story. Some people go to the grave. Some of y'all should be telling your story because not only will it set you free, but it's going to set some other people free because the perpetrator who perpetrated against you is still active and doing stuff to other people because you didn't tell your story. Okay? So it's the brave people that tell their story because they have to face John Public who will act and say all kinds of stupid shit. It's horrible. I'm going to tell you a story. I'm going to tell you a real personal story real quick and then we're going to keep it moving. Now, my son can't hear me. He's in the room, but I'm still going to keep it down because my voice projects. I am a survivor of sexual abuse, of childhood sexual abuse. And there was this man, okay, now he was Jamaican. And why am I telling you that he's Jamaican? Because the story replays in my head with this man's accent and I'm at work. I'm working at ShopRite, okay? Minding my business, 17-year-old, minding my business, working my little job, getting minimum wage. Here comes this mother trucker. Okay. Here, and this is why his bitch ass is dead now, but I digress. Has nothing to do with it. I didn't do anything. I'm just saying he left the planet. Okay, that's what the bitch deserved. I'm not sorry. So This nigga gonna see me, okay, at the cash register and gonna come up to me. And I'm telling this story for a reason because I want y'all to see what it's like. I want y'all to know the stupid shit that people say that they need to get punched in the motherfucking throat for. This man came up to me and said, "Oh, so all that stuff that happened to you, my ear say you did like it. Could you imagine being 17 years old? You survived childhood sexual abuse, and some bitch ass nigga in his dusty Jamaican accent, and you know I love Jamaica. This is not a drag on Jamaica. This is a drag on him. Comes up to a 17-year-old. This man is probably like 40s, right? Comes up to me at my place of employment. He shouldn't even have known this information, but he did. Oh, I'm being nice. Punch in the throat is nice, Stiggs girl. And said, oh, all that stuff that happened to you, I heard you liked it. When I tell you, the other day I was fantasizing about stuff to do to him, and my mom was like, oh yeah, he's dead. You know, I remember saying dead. And then I got happy all over again. And I was like, oh, joy to the world. You know, because I'm in a whole different country now, but like I fantasize about the shit to say to this man, minus hands, okay? Minus hands. Like, because I was 17. I was 17 then and I was at work and I was caught off guard. And the fact that the story stands out in my head just as that, I want you to pay attention to that. That's the kind of shit that sexual assault victims have to deal with. They're not over there asking a perpetrator why they did this, you know, why aren't you under the jail? They're not questioning those people. They're too busy holding their balls and coddling them. What kind of world do we live in that you attack the victim and then the perpetrator, oh, they're just home, they're just chilling. They're just sipping on their margarita. There are no questions asked. And this is why I tell people, don't go to the cookouts with the family members that did you dirty. Make them pay. Unless you want to be there. Don't go because you think Auntie so-and-so wants you to be there or my mom really wants me to be there. No, fuck them. Okay? If this person wasn't held accountable for their crimes and they still showing up and they can breathe the air that you're breathing, you don't need to be there. Not unless you want to. Not unless there's other people there that you care about. Stop giving these people your space. And I tell you, I would pay some money just to have one more moment with that man so I could cuss him the fuck out as a 41-year-old. Okay? And probably punch him in the nuts, but I don't want to go to jail. Anyway, I digress. Rest in piss, The0ries, bitch ass nigga. That was my story. Moving right along. So this is why this is so close to my heart. Because I get angry. I had to go to court and testify against my perpetrator. Yes, I did. I had to do that. That was one of the hardest things in my life that I had to do. Okay? So when you see people go on the stand, the mental gymnastics that it takes to even agree to do that is huge. Because not everybody's going to understand. And certainly nobody will ever know what it's like to go through that because everybody's story is different. And so when you hear people asking and prodding and saying really inappropriate things, it's horrible. It's really horrible. I really felt for Cassie. I really felt for her because I know that it takes bravery to go up there and to say those things, to say the things that she did, some of them that she consented to, and the things that she didn't consent to. And people all the while are looking at her as, well, why this? Why this? Why? Horrible. Don't be that person. Please, if you're in this live, don't be one of those people. Listen to what people have to say. Are there people that lie and make stories up? Sure. But they're rare. And they usually get found out and popped. Don't be like those other people that's out here casting judgments when they hear. This is the reason why sexual assault continues for generations in certain families. Okay? Very, very, very sad. Anyway, that's what I had to say about that situation. Okay, now we're going to get into the Isis Wisdom situation. Okay, so first, I'm going to talk about one positive thing about Isis Wisdom, and then we're going to get into the stuff I don't like. Okay, the first thing I'm going to say is Isis Wisdom called it. She said in a video a couple months ago, some of y'all know I listen to some stuff in the spiritual community. She said in the video a couple months ago because she used to work in the music industry. I don't know in what capacity and for how long. And she said that if y'all think Diddy is gonna go to jail or whatever, serve significant time, y'all bugging. And it really grated on me at first when she said it. It really irritated me because she said it in a way that was just like, whatever. But that's just how she is. And I was like, girl, stop it. And so she was like, this is all a dog and pony show. And it's just performative. And yeah, he's not gonna get any significant time. Like she was saying all this stuff. And she was like, if the trial even makes it, like I think she thought it'd be a mistrial or something. And then she even said, I don't remember exactly what she said, but she brought in the connection about him and Trump and how like, yeah, he might even get pardoned or something. And Trump, the fact that Trump even publicly spoke about that is just disgusting, but that's another story. And then it dawned on me, that's when it clicked for me, like, oh shoot, if TD Big Butty Jakes could be implicated in the freak-offs, why wouldn't Donald Trump? Like, just think about that, because Donald Trump was running with Epstein and stuff, right? Of course. I'm sure I wouldn't be surprised if Diddy got a tape or two on him, but that's another story. So anyway, I say all this to say she was right about that part, because look at how it's going down. It don't seem like he's going to get much time, but we'll see. Now moving into the other stuff. I like to listen to some of the stuff in the spiritual community, conscious community, but some of it drives me absolutely crazy. Okay. Now, here's my little preface before we get into the story. During the panorama, I don't know if we still have to use these words, but I'm going to do it anyway. During the panorama, okay, let me just check something. I want to make sure this live is behaving after I did my little snafu earlier. During the panorama, there were lots of people who, and I'm going to be fair, I saw this happen on both sides. The people who got the thing that, the poke or whatever, I don't know what to call it now. I hate even using these words because, YouTube, you irritate my soul. I wish I could just say what I want to say. The people who got the needle were biased against the people who didn't get the needle and vice versa. Okay, but for the most part, my stance was, you do you, boo. It's your body. I absolutely support if you don't want to get it, don't get it. If you did get it, it's your business. And I was appalled at like the people who didn't. There were people who didn't get it and they were afraid to be around people who did. I think that was weird. Or criticizing them. It's like, make your own choice and shut the F up and move on. If you want to get it, get it. If you don't, mind your motherfucking business. I just couldn't understand, because any other time, it's nobody's business. It's a medical issue. Like, I just never got that at all. And so what I noticed was, in the spiritual community, it really annoyed me. It's almost like people were hoping and wishing for people to dead who had this needle. Why do I say that? I've literally heard them say all kinds of crazy, dumb ish. 2 years ago, I heard people say this. In 2 years, or 2 years ago, however, in 2 years, people are going to start dropping dead. People are going to start turning to zombies. People are going to be bleeding out their eyes and out their ass. Saying all kinds of fear-mongering stuff. My thing is, you already didn't get it. Why are you hoping for bad things to happen to people? Why are you hoping for people to drop that spirit and tell you nothing? You want that to be the case so you could be like, I was right. Who cares? We all survived. Who cares? So I heard people saying this dumb shit. And so I haven't heard anybody say in a while. And so I was watching a video of hers recently. Was this yesterday? And she was talking about some spirit said that the people who got the needle, they're sleeper cells. They're sleeper cells and they're going to be activated by the army soon. And my blood started to boil. My blood started to boil because I was like, this is dumb shit round 5. Okay? The stuff y'all been saying before, none of that happens. None of it happened. Okay? And now you're making up more stuff and more fear-mongering stuff. Here's my thoughts on the situation. If you're so powerful, if your melanated powers are so activated, why can't you transmute the bad things that's about to happen to people? Or share with them. Why don't you share with them how they can deactivate whatever stuff you think is going on in their bodies from this thing? Since you're so powerful. Like, that was my first question. Oh, what? Because you want to charge $5,000 for it. Is that why? there's this woman who I think she's a little cray cray, but sometimes she has some interesting points. Her name is Elizabeth April. I remember during the pandemic, I'll never forget. I'm laughing now thinking about it. Elizabeth April came out with a course and it was $22, just like the number of people in this live, okay, right now. Elizabeth April came out with a course. I'm air quoting, you can't see me, about how you can get rid of the harmful effects of the needle in your body. And da da da. Now, on one part, it's laughable. And on the other part, it's like, oh, this is kind of cool. If you look at it from a different perspective, it's taking away the anxiety for people. It's helping people to focus on something positive and helping them to feel more in charge of their bodies again if they got it and didn't want to. Okay? And if you do believe in that kind of stuff, hey, you just learned a new skill. Like, that's how I'm trying to look at it positively. But what did Isis Wisdom do? What are we now? Are we 3 or 4 years post-pandemic? Isis Wisdom is coming out here fear-mongering, telling people that the people who took the needle are sleeper cells that are going to be activated by the army. Okay, Isis Wisdom, what happened to the Anunnaki that you said were here several months ago? Where are they? What's going on? Where are all the people that you say are here that's coming? See, because y'all keep coming out here saying all this stuff, and a fraction of it doesn't happen. Most of it doesn't happen. Okay? Like, what are y'all talking about? You just come out here and fearmonger and just insert stuff. I think it's very irresponsible to come out here and say Spirit told you that. I don't think Spirit told you none of that. Because I've been here for a long time that Spirit's been telling people, that they was going, this and that going to happen to this person who took the jab. Okay? Some people have careers and some people they can't just run away to Mexico. Okay, they have to take care of their families, and they were forced to take the jab. And instead of you coming out here and coming up with a dope ass live of how to help people, if you really think this is going to happen, how to help people transmute that, why are you fear mongering? This is the kind of shit that it really pisses me off. And it makes me feel like you guys are charlatans. And it makes me feel like you're building, hey, simple living, hey, boo. It makes me feel like you guys are just building a case for a $5,000 course to grift the people. Because this is what you're going to say today. And then next week you're going to be like, yo, I'm going to tell you something that's going to make your wind blow back. Spirit dropped this science into me. And I got this course. And it's going to help the people that took the La Cucaracha shot. And it's going to help them get the nanotechnology out of their body. Well, all you got to do is drop $5,000 on Venmo. Get the fuck out of here. Like, that shit, it really pisses me off, guys. It really makes me mad. Like, some of the stuff that I learn it. Like, that's why I love herbal remedies, because I love healing, right? I love healing in the sense of therapy, and I love healing in the sense of how can we heal our body? How can we heal our loved ones? Don't come on here and fearmonger. Okay, what did you drop? What knowledge did you drop to the people? Instead of telling people they're going to be activated sleeper cells. Some of those people you're charging the $5,000, these are all theoretical numbers. She doesn't actually have a $5,000 course. But she did say, if you did, after she said that we're going to be activated by sleeper cells, she was like, if you did take the needle, though, hit me up on the back end. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. This is how I know the $5,000 course is coming. That's how I know it's coming. So we can DM you. Guess what? Those people that you want to DM you are probably people who had to take the jab for their jobs. That's going to drop you $5,000 so you could keep running away to Mexico. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I cannot stand grifters. I cannot stand people who come out here. If you're about that power, be about that power. If you're about empowering people and teaching them stuff, be about that. Stop coming out here and dropping fear in people's hearts and not giving them solutions. That's reckless. And I don't know if y'all feel me, but that kind of stuff really makes me mad. It really pisses me off because it feels like you're trying to control me. Just like during the election, I heard a lot of people in the spiritual community, and I'm going to talk about it again. Oh, I'm not going to vote. I'm not a part of the system. I'm not a part of the matrix. And I'm not for anybody. I'm not Team Kamala and I'm not Team Trump. And then as soon as Trump won, guess who was out here running up their mouth talking about something? I knew Trump was going to win. Yep, this was Spirit wanted. But you said you're not a part of the system. You said you're not going to vote. And you told people not to vote. You told people not to participate in the matrix. Why are you talking about you liking Donald Trump after he won? Huh? Riddle me this. And I'm going to forever get on these people because I feel like these are people who talk out both sides of their mouths. Did you or did you not vote? Okay, while you're telling people not to vote, did you or did you not vote? Are you actually a Trump supporter that's hidden? But you out here telling people Kamala's a man. I heard all kinds of stupid stuff. We got people talking about some Kamala's a man. I don't give a shit if you like Kamala or not. Stop spreading misinformation. It was Fleur Brown. Kamala's a man. What? It's just the crazy shit that people say. It's just like, yo, stop with the foolishness. And I'm mad because I'm like, oh, this is crazy. Like, teach people how to transmute that stuff. If you really think that harm was done to these people's bodies, what are the remedies that you have to recommend to people? You don't got none because you want to charge them $5,000 for it so you can extend your stay in Mexico. That's fucking ridiculous, and I stand by it. Anyway, I don't know what y'all think about that, but that's what I had to say about that. But I don't care who I forget, Mud. Okay, because see, one thing I'm gonna do is, y'all know, even when I was around here doing commentary on the other sector, on the beef sector, I always kept it a buck. I'm gonna tell you how I feel. I don't like people playing in my face. I don't. And I don't like people playing in other people's faces. And if you have information to share with people, you share it. Stop fear mongering. There's people still reeling from the effects of the panorama. And you out here come and talk about we about to be activated by a sleeper cell. We're sleeper cells that's about to be activated by the government. Girl, what? Anyway, let me see what else is going on. Because, child, this done got me hot. I'm so mad. Like, it's just, I don't like that kind of stuff. I like share information, especially with Black people. Like, you're supposed to be, for the Black community. Share information that's going to help people. Help people to overcome their fear or to be healthier. But you know what? And I'm going to say some stuff. This is probably, I'm not trying to be mean, but some of these same people that's worried about this foolishness, they're not even taking care of their bodies. They're not hydrated. Okay, they're not even eating fruits and vegetables, but you're out here talking about nano motherfucking technology and sleeper cells. What? Ooh, child, I cannot stand. I can't. And see, this is why y'all got to pay attention to the people out here. I'm gonna share something with you. Some of my favorite people, they have shared so much rich information for free that when they come out here and they charge a membership, it's easy for me to support them because they have given me so much knowledge. They've shared so many powerful things for free that when they come out here and they're like, oh, this is my, it's easy to support them as long as it's like within my range, right? Simple Living says, sorry to say, but Black people are taking advantage of the Black community. Yes, they are. Yes, they are, sis. And this is why I want to come out here and say it, because I felt heavy in my spirit. I need to say something. See, people are afraid. They're too afraid to say stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy to me. No, people need to be called out. That is absolutely reckless. They are taking advantage of the Black community because somebody's going to hear that and they're going to be like, oh my God, I don't want to be activated into a sleeper cell. What is this higher self stuff that you're teaching people? Like, you're teaching people all this stuff. You mean to tell me, say, I want crystal? Well, can't I do that? I mean, I'm joking, but it's like, you mean to tell me you haven't discovered a crystal for that? Like, are you kidding me? You don't got, like, it's just, I don't understand, guys. I don't understand how these people talk all this power and cash money shit and turn around and tell people they're going to be active. I've been hearing this for years. I know some of y'all did. I've been hearing for years about the stuff that's going to happen to the people who took the needle. And the truth is, stuff is happening to both people. The people who took it, many of them are healthy. Some people had side effects and some unfortunate things happened. Some of the people who didn't take it are strong and healthy, and some of them passed away from COVID. Those are just the facts. Those are just pure facts. Like, there's not, like, I don't understand. Like I said, it's your choice whether you took it or not. Maybe some people regret it, but it's your choice. Why do you want? One of the things I'm trying to drive home here is I feel there is this deep need for these people to be right, and it's almost like they're banking and hoping that something happens to the people who took the needle. It's like, I'm not the one who persecuted you. Maybe your job did. Maybe people in your neighborhood did. Maybe your community did. And I'm sorry that happened to you. That's wrong that you were persecuted. But don't wish death on me and the other people who made a choice for themselves and supported your right to do so. Don't be wishing death upon us, because you're going to mess around and it's going to come back to you. That's evil. Move the fuck on. Like, that's crazy that y'all are still hoping for your jab prophecies to come through. That's weird. Let me read this. Thank you, Titi Marie. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, it feels like they're hoping for that. And it's like, I never hope that for none of the people. The people who didn't, I'm glad that they're, the like, who survived and stuff. Hey, Miss Lady Sparkly thing. Like, I'm glad that they made it. I'm not thinking, your immune system's just 50% less than it could have been if you took the needle. I'm not sitting up there thinking that. I'm happy for everybody that's healthy. And I'm glad for the people who got their jobs reinstated, who were unfairly terminated because they were forced to take it and they didn't want to. I'm happy for those people. So I'm going to understand the people them where a Cameroon on a top boat said, them people they're going dead. Like, that's crazy to me. I'm sorry, but Cassie and Daphne are both liars and opportunists, and they do more harm to real victims of sexual than the actual perpetrators. It's a hard pill to swallow, but it's the truth. Wrong. Now, let's unpack Michael Parker's bullshit comment. The thing that stands out to me is you said they do more harm to the real victims of sexual, I guess you mean abuse, than the actual perpetrators. So you mean to tell me the perpetrators that's hog-tying people, drugging them, and raping the ish out of them? You mean to tell me that if somebody was lying, you're saying that lying is greater than what I just described? Get the fuck out of here. Blocked. See, this is the kind of ignorance that I can't stand. I cannot. Time out. Good day. That is a false equivalence. I'm going to teach you something today, Michael. That's a false equivalence. How can raping, mental torture, emotional and verbal and domestic violence, okay, how can that be less than lying? If you claim these people are lying, how can lying be greater than that? I want you to think about what you just said. Get it through your thick skull. That don't make no motherfucking sense. Let me help you out. Sorry for the cursing, y'all. I just can't stand foolishness. We must keep our bodies as clean as possible with good eating habits as well as our ADLs. That's right, Simple Living. And that's it right there. Focus on being good to your body. Take care of your body. Put good stuff into your body. That's what we need to be focused on. It don't matter what pandemic it is or whatever. Be good to your body. I cannot. That is just, can y'all believe the stuff? This is what I'm saying. There's a subset of people out there. They're so focused on saying, thank you, Sister Crystal. Like, what? Just dumb. I can't even, y'all know I love a good debate and I can handle opposing viewpoints, but something like that, no, we're not debating, boo. Straight to the garbage for you. Straight to the basura. Because that don't make no sense. Okay? You're not going to come over here and trash victims. That's what you're not going to do. Okay? Because you and Delroy are going to end up in the same place. Anyway. Moving right along. Let me see what else I had in my title from the other one. We talked about Armon. Oh, the big busted bill. The big busted bill. I know some of y'all aren't into the politics. We're going to do a little segue into the politics. Some little tea there. Okay. The big busted bill. I'm not going to talk about this a lot because I'm sick of the orange one. And I'm sick of his nonsense. And I just truly wish a meteor could just wipe out that entire administration. but I digress. Child, this bill is so wicked. Like every day, I said this before. I don't know if this is when I was muted. What is this timeline? Who is messing with the Hadron Collider at CERN? Because this timeline is trash. Okay. I mean, Connell and his cronies have been in for 6 months. And look at the mental anguish. Look at the destruction and the desolation that has occurred. Look at what's happened so far. Okay. It's very sad. Very sad. And then to introduce this bill is a slap in the face. Like, I will never, oh my gosh, I'm not even gonna go there because I was gonna say I will never forgive some of these Trump supporters. To cut Medicaid by that much, and this is the gag. They keep talking about tax cuts. No, let's call it for what it is. Tell the truth, shame the devil. Them tax cuts ain't gonna benefit the poor. Them tax cuts ain't gonna benefit the middle class. The tax cuts are solely for the rich. Period. I'm not making it up. It's facts. Like, imagine being filthy, stinking rich and complaining. You already don't pay enough taxes. Complaining about, like, it's so corrupt. And that's the reason why they say stuff about, you notice they love to label people that are socialists as communists. They're not the same thing. Okay, they're not the same thing. They love, like, what's his name? The mayor who just got elected in New York. He's a socialist, and Trump is trying to call him a communist and stuff because he wants a better life for people, for his constituents. Like, are you serious? Oh my goodness, it's just crazy to me. It's absolutely crazy. I told y'all this before. I pay more taxes in Canada than before, but guess what? I have free health care. I don't got to worry about choosing if I want to take the ambulance, okay, or ride it out. I don't have to do that. There's absolutely no reason why there shouldn't be universal health care in America. America's always talking about how they're the biggest and the baddest that ever done it. They're this great nation. And it's just all talk. They can afford it. They can afford universal health care. But what they do is they trick people into believing, some people, into believing that that's a communist thing. Like, this is how sad our world is, that they're using the word communism as it relates to universal healthcare for people. There's a lot of other countries who have this. Like, I am so grateful that I live in this country. I was able to have my maternity leave. I don't got a $30,000 bill. Like, y'all work too hard. Like, you need to see where, at least I see where the tax dollars go here. Okay. It's very sad. There needs to be universal health care, period. I don't understand why, it's just sad. But anyway, I'm getting off the topic. We're going to talk about the big busted bill, and then I'm going to read these comments. So the big busted bill has a whole bunch of foolery and demonic activity, and it's sad. It's very sad. And it passed one section already, and now they're waiting for, what are they waiting for? Is it the Senate? Now, it didn't pass. Now, see how these people wicked that end up changing the rule? It didn't pass the first vote. And now, what's his name? Mike? I cannot stand him. It is Greed. It is Greed Simple Living. Whatever his name is, Mike Johnson, is trying to stretch it out, which I'm pretty sure is against the rules. It's supposed to be done. The bill should be dead. Instead of it being dead, they're going to vote again. I just cannot understand. I really need the Democrats to grow some ovaries and some testicles, because they just letting these people get away. And I know that we're the minority, but they're continuing to break and make up rules. And it's sad. I hope it fails. This is our last chance for it to fail. And if it does pass, I hope every single Republican who voted for this trash bill gets primaried and loses. We're going to talk about Alonia too. We're going to talk about his bitch ass. I truly hope that. It's sad. It's absolutely sad. Simple Living said 5 Republicans have taken their votes back and changed it to no. Praise God. Now they are being threatened with their posts for 2026. They are. See, but here's the thing. The Republicans are being silly. You're going to be threatened anyway, boo-boo. Why not go down in a blaze of glory saying no and be remembered for being ethical? okay, instead of voting against the best interests of your constituents, okay, and the rest of the country, and then go down, okay, as an evil ass person. Because you're going to be primaried anyway. You're going to be primaried either way. So why not be on the right side of things? That is so wicked that they can even threaten that, and that's what I'm realizing. Trump is a bigger bully than I realized, because I'm like, and this does not get the Republicans off the hook. They're still trash, but I'm more. Some of them seem afraid of him. I'm sure he's threatening them behind the scenes and all this stuff, and it's very very sad. Because why are you even in office if you can't take the heat? Why are you in office? I agree. I wish we had universal health care. Yeah, it should be. There's other countries that have it. Like, I don't know why. I don't know why people are trying to make it seem like it's this crazy idea. Like, this should be a no-brainer for where we're at. We're gonna talk about Elonia, okay? Elon gets on my nerves. Okay. No news there. So him and Trump are fighting again. More shots are fired. Elon is pow-powing the bill, and Trump is, the last thing Trump said to him was, "I'm finna look into your deportation, ho." That's basically what he said, and for so few words. Now, here's the thing. Elon is so delusional. He thinks that after he deleted a whole bunch of government organizations, ruined and canceled thousands of jobs, federal jobs, he actually thinks that he has a voice with the American community for people to tag team him in getting at Donald Trump. Elon, nobody is checking for you. See, those dollars got your head messed up. Those dollars got you thinking that people still give a F about what you got to say. You ruined thousands of people's lives. Thousands. And there's no way that those people are going to join with you. Even if they agree with a fragment of what you're saying, those people aren't going to come join hands with you, boo. You ruined their lives. Yeah, he's not human. You know what's crazy? There's this reader, Simple Living, that I work with, and I said, Theo, what kind of spirits is running into the White House? Like, what kind of spirits is in these people? And he was like, it's not spirits in them. He said they are demons. He was not joking. He said Trump and Elon are both demons. He didn't say they have a demon. He said they are demons, and he was dead ass. He was not joking. And I was like, shaking. Because I was thinking like, oh, they got something taking over them. He was like, nah, they the demons. I was like, oh, shoot. So, yeah, Simple Living. And so it's like, how dare Elon think that after the destruction that he's caused, that he can come out here and be a voice for the people? Absolutely not. Nobody wants to hear what your melted face has to say. You ruined multiple departments only for you to get stuck for your cheddar and your cream by Connell, because that's what he does to everybody. Okay? You played the country and then you played yourself. Okay, that's what happened. Don't try to remix now. All right, and it would be glorious if you got deported, because I heard you were not even here. The way you stayed into the country was like, these people are, we don't even know where to start. We got Trump with his mail-ordered bride, but he out here trying to deport and denaturalize citizens. I want you to wrap your brain around that. Okay, then you have what's his face? Elon, who came into the country under some program. I think it lapsed. So at some point he was an illegal immigrant, but is the first to people aren't paying attention. How does this make any sense? How? Like, it's so, people's hatred is so great that they just will let a stranger come in and see that stranger done burned your house down too. I'm not talking about you guys. That stranger burned down the racist, some of the racist white American houses too. Because y'all was cheering. Y'all thought it was just going to be the brown and black people. I'm talking about the racists. Okay, if you're a white person and you're not engaging in the hatred, and we're not talking about you. But if you're one of those other people, you're getting what you deserve. Oh, you lost your farm? Oh, boo-hoo. Oh, you're gonna have to pick strawberries now? Oh, I hope your fingers get blistered. Anyway, It's very sad. It's a sad situation that's going on. But Elon is delusional. If he thinks people are going to come behind, talking about he's going to create a third party and all this other nonsense, and I'm sick of him. I am sick. I want to be on the timeline where the entire administration is gone. Okay, and we have a new this is not working for me. This is sad. I can't. I really feel for y'all every day because I'm affected so heavily by this and I don't even live there. Like, I feel for my fellow American people, even though I'm in a whole other country, I feel for y'all. And I want y'all to know that and I'm not even saying this as like a joke, you really are in my thoughts and prayers because this is psychological warfare. Every day it's a new evil and wicked headline that you have to deal with. Every day you got to get back on the hamster wheel. Okay, and grinding and can't see what you're working for. Like, that's just crazy to me that this man has been released from the belly of hell and he's just running amok. Like, that blows my mind. But it all goes back to racism. And I heard somebody say this online. Racism is expensive. Racism is expensive because, see, all these people thought they were going to get their way, and look at the hell that's ensued, all because they were racist. It's really sad. It's really, really sad. Their rule is do as I say, not as I do. Yep, the rules don't apply to them. It's very sad. It's horrible. And then look, even I was thinking about the that woman and her husband that died the other day. It's just so much going on. So much going on. You know, one of the things that's been coming to my mind is I know I love Star Trek. And I don't remember which Star Trek it was, which like whatever, they have different shows. And in one of the shows, I remember they were talking about they were so far into the future that humans were no longer at war with each other. Like, it was such a dated concept. I guess there was a huge treaty, but it was beyond the treaty. It had been probably hundreds of years since there was a war. And basically that Star Trek was talking about like it as being a key marker of humans evolving, us not fighting each other anymore. And I just thought back to it recently and I was like, yo, Star Trek was so ahead of their time. They're so ahead of their time. They're absolutely right. Like, here we are looking for reasons to, shoot people, blow people up, and we're just not near it. We're not near that place. Because, and I say we, I'm not talking about necessarily us, but just like, all these wars and stuff are nonsense. And I was like, yo, that is a true indicator of growth. And I'm like, this is so sad. We have such a long way to go. We have such a long way to go, And the other thing I've been thinking about a lot lately as well is Israel. And I'm like, how can a people survive something like the Holocaust and turn around and become the nasty bullies, the nasty people committing genocide? How do you even do that and sleep at night? And I say this, let me be careful, because not all Jewish people are for that. I want to be mindful that not all Jewish people are supporting what Israel is doing right now. But I was really trying to think about that. Like, imagine surviving something as horrific as that and then turn around and become that. Like, what? That's crazy, guys. Like, that's really wild. That's like if Black people as a whole turned around, was like, yep, we finna find some people to enslave, honey. Like, that's crazy. That is just absolutely crazy to me. And sad. And I think it needs to be called out. And no matter how they remix it and try to say you're anti-Semitic, if you call out Israel for its current activities, that's not going to work. There's people with brains. Killing babies and blowing up innocent people is wrong, period. Like, what are you talking about? It's crazy. That is crazy to me that they try to remix stuff and do mindfuckery on people, make them think that oh yeah, if you think about it like this, then we're gonna silence people. But I'm just hoping, this is another thing I listen to. I never thought I would. I listen to a lot of psychics these days on YouTube. Now, mostly it's for entertainment purposes, and I'm gonna tell you why. There's a lot of I should be clear. A lot of them are political psychics. Like they talk about different events, but they focus heavily on politics. And I really went to them for comfort initially, like earlier in the year, right? To see what are people saying about this? How do people feel? And yeah, sometimes they have some hits, and sometimes they don't. But I think now it's more entertaining to be like, what is going to happen positively? Like, what are the things that's going to happen? How is this all going to end? How is this administration going to end? Because, there's just a lot of things we see happening that hasn't happened in this way before. So how is it going to end? We hope Connell or Dump, gets out of office one way or the other. Yeah, but then we're going to end up with Vance. There's just no easy way out of this. And then people talk about, which Anonymous actually, if y'all haven't seen it, Anonymous has put out a video basically saying, like, look, this election was stolen. It wasn't just Rockland. The numbers in Rockland are off, like crazy off. But I really hope that they investigate stuff. But I think the Democrats are too prideful, and they don't want to seem that. You remember, you saw what happened the last time when Donald Trump was like, it's rigged, and he didn't want to accept the results of the election. So I think part of it is the Democrats are scared and they don't want to be placed in that category. Y'all better call for them damn recounts. And then I think, what if that happens? What if they can prove that Elon rigged the Starlink and the voting system? What happens next? Is he going to get removed, or is there another election? Like, it's so crazy. There is just so many variables, so many variables. But I tell you what I am tired of. I'm tired of constantly hearing that Trump is getting reprimanded or his administration is getting reprimanded, getting called to the carpet for things, but not really. Nothing's getting done. He just goes back. They just go back to doing the same thing. And I'm sick of it. And that's like, even some of my favorite news people, I don't even like watch videos anymore because a lot of their titles feel clickbaity. You'll have people, and I love Midas Touch, so it's no hate, but you'll have people like the Midas Touch, Trump, like they'll make it seem like it's the ultimate thing that happened and this is the end, or, Trump totally loses it. And it's like, he's losing every day, but he's still around, homie. I want to hear the ultimate headline that is true. I want it to be finito. That's what I'm waiting for. I don't know when that's going to happen. I don't think he's going to be in for 4 years. I don't know what you guys think. I don't think he's going to be in for 4 years. I think between his health and the path that he's on, thank you for becoming a member, Simple Living. I think like based on those things, I don't think he's going to make it. And I really hope that's true. But then we have other things to deal with, don't we? So anyway, y'all, that's what I have for y'all. Thank you so much for joining me for this conversation, for sharing your thoughts, for listening. I appreciate you. Yeah, there's so much to talk about. There's so much to deal with. I really hope you're staying encouraged. I'm sending y'all heavy good vibes because we all need it, but especially those living in the States. It's very heavy, and you really, really are in my thoughts because this is psychological warfare. If nothing else, take care of your body, just like So Simple Living was saying. Take care of your mind. They are really, really trying to tear down your mind because when your mind goes, you stop fighting, and you can't stop fighting, and you can't give up. So please stay strong, stay encouraged. Don't let too much of this nonsense, take over. There's beautiful things in life, and you're strong, you're smart, you're surrounded by love. Try to remind yourself of these things, because that's okay, love. Better safety is more important. Thank you so much. I know what it's like listening to a live and driving and wanting to comment like, I can't. Thank you, Simple Living. Just you being here and It's really good to see you. I really appreciate you. I appreciate all of y'all, even the people that be in the clouds. Armon actually had a video about 2 days ago where he was reading fuck Diddy. He did? Okay. Okay. Sure, bro. You know what? Maybe I have cast too much judgment upon him. That's part of not listening to his stuff is um not I don't know his full thoughts on it, but him dancing with the baby oil was like it sealed the deal for me. I was like, oh hell no. You celebrating. And that's why I think ultimately that's gonna bite him in the butt. I think him doing that was stupid, not just because it's like gross, but it's I don't know. If you're trying to be a whole journalist out here, you gotta have some couth about you. But that's just my perspective. Um I am wishing y'all the most wonderful Thursday. Thank y'all for joining me. I'm gonna try to do more lives like this now that Mito Bito is a little older. I can keep an eye on him from here and put on a cartoon or something. So it's hard to do the lives, but I'm so grateful. Thank y'all for joining me. I love y'all. Remember, stay strong, stay encouraged. Don't be discouraged by all the foo la la. Okay. And I will see y'all in the next live. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Some messy tea is finna happen. Every day is new tea. If it's not politics, it's something else. So y'all know we'll have other stuff to talk about. Everyone, please grow your food. Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this up here. Grow enough for your neighbors too, and get them involved in growing. Simple living is dropping gems. If y'all not, you should. You definitely, absolutely, 200% should. There's so many reasons why, but at a very base level, make sure you do because the food shortages are coming. Okay, like there's no way there's not going to be a food shortage with all this the way these farms are affected. So please, even if you got your container gardens, I've seen some people, and I don't got a green thumb. I'm grateful. My husband grows a lot of stuff. I just help here and there, okay? But he loves farming. So I'm very grateful for that. But y'all can do container gardens. It doesn't have to be a big deal. Please grow your own food. Start with a couple plants. It's so much better for you. You know what else? I know I said I was gonna go. I am gonna go. I sometimes forget how different a fresh vegetable tastes than when you get it at the store. When I have a cucumber, I don't even really eat cucumbers like that throughout the year. But when cucumber season comes, baby, I'm eating those cucumbers like it's a piece of fruit because it's so good. It's so good. Like our fruits and vegetables, they sit around, and travel a lot on trucks and stuff. And by the time it gets to us, we don't remember. You don't remember how good it can taste. So if not that, focus on that. Start with a plant, then you have some stuff. But I'm telling you, don't rely on the system for everything because y'all see how it's going. Y'all see how it's going. Anyway, love y'all. Have a wonderful day. Mixology! Yes, it's ready. Listen, I need to come. I need to come get some other cooking lessons. That's what I need to do. My rotation is stale, Manny. It's stale. I need some new stuff. Sister Crystal, thank you for being here, love. Big up to my moderator, Sister Crystal. Simple Living said, preach so fresh and clean tasting. It's so different. I forget. Like the lettuce, whenever my husband brings lettuce in from the field that he grows, it's like, yo, this does not the store lettuce don't taste the same. It's not the same, y'all. It's just not. So grow your own stuff. But I think Mandy also does gardening too. I'm pretty sure she's a big gardener. Unless I'm mixing up, but I know she's definitely a foodie. But y'all, please, I can't stress it enough. Don't get discouraged. Try to find something happy to. I watch a lot of cartoons. That probably makes me sound silly as hell. See, it's not the same. My bell pepper was fire. Exactly. It tastes way better. It's so delicious. I'll be watching cartoons. I just try to find different things to get into so that I do follow politics a lot, but I try to like balance it out. So whatever your thing is, you do that. Find something that makes you happy so you don't get sucked into, chaos and darkness. Because some days, y'all, it's giving chaos and darkness. And it feels like you have to dig yourself out the pit. Oh, Nugget's good. I will. I will. I'm about to get him. I think he fell asleep. He was watching Thomas the Engine. I'm giving him a kiss. He's 3 now, y'all. Kwame is 3. He is a cutie patootie, but child, that will is strong. That Taurus will is strong. Why you ain't tell me? He is. That child is. He's a sweetheart though. But yes, he's definitely in his. I'm gonna flex my toddler muscles, mommy. I'm like, child, you trip. Like, you better be glad we ain't raising you like the Jamaicans of old. No, no, but all right, y'all. Let me stop my rambles. I'll talk to y'all soon. Mwah. Love y'all. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Bye. Yes, 3.